Alright, people, what the hell is going on? So, damn it, hold up. Y'all already know it's always something I forget to do right after I hit that hit that damn record button, that little bloop, and then it's like, whoops, oh, I should have did this. I got my lemonade. But what did I do? I finally got through Poker Face on Peacock. I finally got through Poker Face. It was one of them shows where I was like, I wish this shit would be over with. You know, it just is, man. I started watching it. I committed to finishing it. I finished it. And at the end of the day, I would have been better off stop watching it like I did midway through the first episode, where I was like, because it didn't get no better. The show itself didn't get no better. I'm thinking, when I was looking at the little show card on Peacock, I could have swore it said comedy drama or drama comedy or dramedy or whatever the fuck. I could have swore I saw that on there. This is by no means a fucking comedy. It's some shit in there that's probably supposed to be funny, but it is not a comedy. It's got some drama in it. Not particularly good drama, but it's drama in it. It's a whole lot more drama than comedy, I tell you that. If you sitting there watching this shit thinking you finna be laughing and rolling on the ground and whatever the fuck you think you just moved, no, there's some shit that might have got out of me, but that's about it. You know, it's just, man. And of course, if you just happen to come across this, if you plan on watching the show, just fucking watch it, because I'm finna talk about some of the stuff, and it ain't no use of having the shit spoiled, or else it really ain't no point of watching. As predictable as this show is, at least you want to have some shit spoiled, because there are a couple of things in here to where there's a couple of things in the show where they get flipped around and you like, oh, wasn't expecting that. But it's consistent. It's consistently a letdown from the start to finish. It's a fucking letdown. You see the way that they shoot the show. You know, you got the setup and then you got the rest of the shit. I don't know about all that act 1, 2, and 3 shit. They got the setup, the beginning of the fucking episode, pretty much, where you get to see what the fuck happens. And then you get to see what the fuck happens between whoever the fuck is in the goddamn episode at that point, because all the episodes are quite different. They all the same though, so don't get it twisted. The episodes are the fucking same. The setting is the only thing that's fucking different. This is fucking Groundhog Day at its fucking best. It is. It's Groundhog Day. It is why it's such a slog trying to get through all the episodes. And it's only like 9 or 10. It's not one of them long ass 20 episode ass. It feel like it though, because each episode is literally like 55 minutes, hour long. So yeah, they could have cut that shit in half. But yeah, you got the setup, and then you got the shit where Charlie, the little redhead chick with the human lie detector, where she shows up and does her thing. You know, setup. You get to see the current conflict, and then it goes back. It goes back in time, and then okay, it shows you that while this shit was going on, Charlie was in the area. You know, she was she's not involved in the actual act or crime or whatever happened, but she was in the vicinity to some degree, and then end up getting tied up into it and not leaving the shit alone and going through and asking a whole bunch of stupid ass questions and shit to people to figure out and solve whatever the hell that went on. This is every episode. Every episode. It's the same thing. The only thing that's different is the fucking setting. You know? The setting is the same thing, and that Natasha Lyonne chick. Other than that, it's the same episode over and over again. You know? It's like you got a pig, and they keep bringing the same pig, but they dressing up the pig in a different outfit. You know, it's the same. That ain't different. It's it's not. It's the same shit over and over and over again. And I watched all the episodes, everything between the first and the last episode, like literally everything in between the first and the last episode. You can ball up, throw it the fuck away. You take the first episode and the last episode, stick them shits together, and that's a movie right there. Literally. First episode, last episode, that's your movie right there. Now you gotta wiggle some shit in the middle, make sure that it fits all together. But that's it. Everything that happens in the middle with her going across the goddamn country don't mean shit, because it's episodic as hell. It's different folks in a different city or different state every goddamn episode up until the last episode, to where she right back where the fuck she started. This is what my head is doing while I'm watching the goddamn show. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, you still got to deal with this. You know what? If you binge watching this show, and that's what she does. As far as anything I've ever seen her in, that's what she does. It was entertaining the first couple of shows I've seen her do that shit in. Watching this shit, that get old real fucking quick. I'm just like, bruh, you got something to say? Spit it the fuck out so we can move on with this goddamn show. Please. And it's been a whole bunch of times in here to where she start that shit and don't even say nothing. I'm like, yeah, she fuck up some shit, they just left it like that. They just like ad-lib the rest of the goddamn scene. Yeah, what the fuck, man? What the hell is going on here? Pissed me off, man. Like I say, the second episode, dudes, second episode, they go off and they like on this, like off in the middle of New Mexico or some shit. They run across this dude. It's a dude sitting on the fucking top of the gas station. He got a chair, some binoculars or whatnot, and blah 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 blah. You know, he had some thing talking with the subway guy and the chick that run the gas station, and when asked him if she wanted to watch the media shower with him or whatnot, and the guy, the subway guy was, you know, kind of get a vibe that he was kind of creeping out on or whatnot. So the creepy guy left and went up, and then the subway guy went and climbed up and got on top of the gas station with him. Like, why the fuck would you do that? You know what I'm saying? You could talk to that dude anywhere. Why are you gonna cross? Because he went and got a knife just in case. He went and got one of those Subway sandwich cutting knives, put it in his pocket. And they sitting up on top of this gas station talking or whatnot, and you could tell that the creepy dude is the bad guy just by how he looks. Just TV trope all the way. He looks like the bad guy, so that's 90% he's the guy. you know, it's still early in the. It's still, you know, you can kind of pin it off just from him being awkward or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they'll play it off where they might have been cool. You just awkward around people. That motherfucker is just nah. So they up on the top of the gas station talking, blah blah blah, and they talking about some bullshit. You know, that was fucking 8 episodes ago or whatever the fuck it was. And you sitting there looking, you be like, they up on the top of the gas station, and just looking at it, they on top of the gas station. Dude got a little chair up there, a little cooler, whatever. And you notice it ain't no rails and ain't no, somebody going off the side. You know it. You looking at it, you know it. It's like somebody going off the side. Anybody that watch TV for any decent amount of time, see that setup and be like, somebody's going off the side. Y'all didn't just climb up there to talk. Somebody falling off of that motherfucker. And the stupidest shit, you know, dude just, the black dude, the subway guy, just happened to scratch off he was giving that old dude a speech about some shit, and he was scratching off a lotto ticket. And he was like, oh shit, I think I won. $25,000, and dude just pushed his ass up. You know, dude just pushed his ass off the side of the goddamn. I'm like, you knew somehow, some kind of way, somebody was finna fly their ass off the side of that goddamn building. Predictable shit like that. And then of course you come to find out that Charlie was there a day before and all this other shit, but you didn't see her. You know, she's out in another part of the town doing whatever it is she's doing. And then they tie all this shit together, and instead of just leaving or whatnot, she is compelled to sit and talk to these goddamn people. Every fucking episode is like that. It's her probing. She ain't no police officer, no shit like that. And you get to sit here and watch her pull clues out of fucking nowhere, it seems like sometimes, and just piece all this shit together, blah, blah, blah. You know, she a human lie detector. So whatever the fuck you say, it's just, you know, she got that thing. You say such bullshit. She can just tell, you know, if you lying about some shit or not. No matter how the fuck you say it, your inflection or whatever the fuck, she just got this thing. She can just tell if you fucking lying or not. I'm like, okay, it's a fucking TV show. So, yeah, I watch comic book movies all the goddamn time. So, I can throw a bunch of that shit away. A bunch of the other shit that happened, the convenience of shit that happens throughout this whole goddamn show. You know, just and I don't really pay attention to I only looked at the little credits because the credits don't stay on the screen long enough for me to read them. But it was a lot of producers, a lot of co-producers. I mean, a lot. And I don't know exactly what producers do. I really don't. But it's a whole bunch of co-producers. I was like, co-producer, okay. Co-producer, okay. Co-producer. I'm like, goddamn, how many goddamn co-producers? Then you got executive producers. I'm like, well, shit, executive. You got like 3 or 4 goddamn executive producers, and Natalie chick is one of them. Natalie, the star character, she one of them. And then the one episode that I saw, that I looked at, that she also directed that episode. I don't know. I didn't look at none of the rest of the episodes as far as that. But I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if she directed all of them. And it has that she written by several different people, and then she got a separate credit where she wrote it, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I can't just say that she's bad at what she does, because I'm not really familiar with her work, other than she plays the same fucking character and everything I've seen her in, and I have not seen her total body of work. Hell, I just realized that she was in fucking Blade Trinity. I was watching a video about Blade, and it was like blah blah blah, Natasha blah. I'm like, hey, that's that chick. You know what I'm saying? I sat here within the last several months and watched about 10 years worth of TV that she was in, like literally, you know, with Orange is the New Black, and then the show on fucking Netflix, and then this shit. I done watched about 10 years of TV. And then I was like, she was, which, I mean, Blade Trinity is not some shit I exactly remember, but I know I saw it. But I was just like, hey, she was in that. I was like, shit, she been around for a while. Nah. But then when you come like that, when you people had a stamp on shit, I'm just like, okay, I can see why this is samey. You know what I'm saying? I can see why it's samey. It's the same way, when you watching a Vin Diesel movie. Not some movie that people have him in, but a Vin Diesel movie. It is shallow as fuck. If you're looking for some intriguing dialogue and all that other kind of shit, you might as well just leave it the fuck alone. You have to look at his shit for the spectacle. Don't look at it for anything other than the spectacle. You know that quite a bit just from the Fast movies. And if you watch the Riddick shit, you damn sure know it. And I like the Riddick shit, at least most of it. Last movie kind of, man. But early shit, yeah, I don't know. But it was disappointing because it was a letdown, because the setup, the actual crime or the misdeed or whatever the hell happened, is the best part of the episode by far. You know, and sometimes they throw you for a fucking loop, you know, like for real. And then it goes back and shows you where old girl is, you know, while all this stuff is happening. She just doing her everyday shit, you know what I'm saying? Just moving across the country, working day, you know, these little hand-to-mouth ass jobs just so she can make cash. And some shit'll happen and she, you know, get tied up in it, and she'll have to figure it out. Like I said, that's the whole fucking season. Every episode is done. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, this woman here is like some kind of harbinger of some stupid shit. Because in the last episode, her sister said some shit, called her ruinous. And then they end up using that word again later on in the episode. And I was like, you know what? You goddamn right. Because everywhere she go, some fucked up shit happen and she end up in it. You know what I'm saying? So fucked up shit happen no matter where she go. So fucked up shit happens where she at. Even though she don't have nothing to do with it, she's always in the vicinity, like the angel of death or some shit. Somebody is gonna die. He might ain't, you know, hey, it's that's what it is. But I'm like, okay, yeah. She's in the goddamn vicinity some goddamn way where all this shit happens, to where she just so happened to be close enough to the people at that point to where she get to stick her nose in it and not pull her nose out until the shit is figured out. And like I say, she ain't the police and she ain't know none of that shit. But it's always a way. I think it's only maybe twice where the police was involved. But anytime, I think it was only twice. Maybe 3 times if you include the last episode, where the police were involved at the end of the episode where people got arrested. But police were already involved. You know what I'm saying? The police were already kind of, not in on it, but, kind of, around it, or whatever you want to call it. Every other time, it's just like nobody gets off. You know what I'm saying? You got this little chick going around here playing CSI with every goddamn thing, with shit she ain't got no business with. And somehow, some kind of way, she figured this shit out, and then figure out a way where the guilty party or whatever has some kind of atonement for the shit, or suffer some kind of something. I can't. It's real late and I'm sleepy, but yeah, something. I'm just like, shit, man, what the fuck? And it's like, like I said, she going from place to fucking place. She not nowhere for long. She a fucking nomad at this point. She on the run. She's on the fucking run. going from place to place to place, and all this fucked up shit is happening. Then she stick her nose in shit and won't let it go until the shit is kind of figured out. And all these people is talking, you know, even the people that's involved, I'm like, why are you even talking to her? You don't know her? That's not even knowing that she a fucking human lie detector and she knowing the fuck you lying or some shit like that. It's like, why are you talking to her at all? You just did some dirty. You got some motherfucker asking you questions about some shit. They got something to do with your dirty. Why ain't you just sitting there like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you can't even say that. You can't even say that around her. You can't say I don't know what you're talking about because she'll know you lying. You just, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? You have to redirect everything. You can't just say stuff to her. There's only one person. Was it Cliff? You know, the Benjamin Bragg guy. He the only one that really know how to talk to her. If you notice, he ain't in it. He only show up like twice. Between the first and the last episode, somewhere in the middle, you only see him like twice. That whole subplot with her being on the run is almost forgotten. You know, episodes go by without it, you know, just no. They fill in that shit a little bit at the end, but it just it's frustrating, man. It could have been good. All the setups, man. It's just like all the crimes, all the shit that happened. It's like it's intriguing, and then it go downhill when the main characters show up. I don't think that's a good part of the show. Is that the show is good, or passable at least in some cases. But you know, it's okay until your protagonist show up. Once your protagonist show up, it's like skip. I mean, you can literally do that. Like I said, it's episodic as hell. Once she's done with that, she's not even in the same city or the same state. You know, she went from Albuquerque to East Texas somewhere in the next episode, to wherever the fuck she ended up after that, and then ended up in fucking Colorado somewhere. She just doing some shit across the goddamn country in the gas guzzling ass car. It's weird. It really the fuck is. It's weird as hell. I'm like, what the fuck? It could have been a good show. And I think it could have been a good show if it would have been a movie. If it would have been a movie, it could have been nice. You just shave all that shit out, first episode, last episode, and you find a way to meld those two together without having all kind of plot holes and all kind of shit like that. Just stick all that shit together. And it could have been because it's not a dookie ass show, because I'm watching the show and my under a rock ass, I'm like, hey, I know that motherfucker from somewhere. So they pulling people, you know what I'm saying, for these episodes and these shows and shit. And it's noticeable actors in this shit. You know, not people that I can really name by name for the most part, because I don't really keep up with shit like that. But if I recognize them, goddamn it, they gotta be notable. If I recognize a motherfucker, that means you been in some shit, because I don't watch every goddamn thing. Especially if you white folk. I thought I seen Nick Nolte. Is he still alive? If it wasn't the guy, if that wasn't Nick Nolte, he damn sure looked like him. And he sound like him. But then again, I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, that could be Nick Nolte. Is it? Because I'm like, Nick Nolte kind of looked like that like 30 years ago. I was like, Nick Nolte kind of looked like that 30 years ago. So, you know, is it him or whatever? But I mean, all the mannerisms kind of look the same. You know, my vision ain't like good, but goddamn, that looked like Nick Nolte to me. And that also had Tim Russ in it. And the white lady in that shit, the white lady that was in there, the older white lady, the main antagonist in there, was noticeable too. I don't know her goddamn name, but I know her from somewhere. I done seen her. enough to where I'm looking right in her face and I'm like, okay, I didn't seen her before. She done been in some shit. You know, that ain't just some, you know, some daytime TV motherfucker they done just snatched off for to do an episode. You know, Tim Russ was in there, you know, Tuvok from Star Trek, you know, all that shit. And I'm like, I saw his face, you know, that's one of them people you kind of recognize him. And if you don't even have to be looking. I recognized him on fucking Fallout 4. He played a character on Fallout 4 in the Brotherhood of Steel inside the blip. I forget the Major somebody or whatever the fuck. And, you know, of course the character don't look like him, but it is a black character. But you hear that goddamn voice, you be like, that's Tim Russ. That's Tuvok right there. It sounds like Tuvok. And I've heard Tim Russ talk before, so I know it. That's what Tim Russ, one of them people. Tim Russ, one of those people to where, you know, he done been around for a goddamn while. He was doing that Star Trek shit. That shit was a long ass time ago. But it's like they go way back. He was in fucking Spaceballs. You know, and they had them motherfuckers, they told him to comb the desert. And them motherfuckers out there with the comb, like a big giant ass comb. And then you had the black guys. You had the black guys with that pick with the fist. Y'all remember that shit? That pick, that little hair pick with the fist on it. And they sitting there with their little, that pick scraping. And as soon as they found something, that was Tim Russ back there. Man, we ain't found shit. And you don't notice, you don't really get a hold of that shit until like way later. You be like, oh shit, that was Tim Russ? Because you wouldn't have known Tim Russ back then. That's one of the things you see people in one of their little early roles or whatnot. Man, we ain't found shit. You sit up that goddamn Afro pick. That shit was funny as hell. Goddamn Mel Brooks. I'm gonna have to get me a collection of Mel Brooks movies. I'm gonna have to watch that shit to get this shit out my fucking head. I'm gonna have to watch a series of Mel Brooks movies. Where Blazing Saddles at, goddammit? I can do with some Blazing Saddles right about now to get this Poker Face out of my goddamn head, because Poker Face disappointed the fuck out of me. Like in the first episode, which was, I was like, I thought it was gonna jump off after the first episode. I was like, okay. I stopped watching and I came back and it was like, oh, stuff started happening, blah blah blah. And then, oh boy, you know, the fuck up. It's always the fuck up. That caricaturization. I can't never say shit with the character in it. I can say character, but anything with fucking I don't even know what the hell you call when you add shit to the end of words. I'm forgetting my English. Caricaturization. You know, anything with that. Trying to say the goddamn word, my mouth don't want to do it. I can't bone thug the word out. Goddamn it. But the fuck up, anytime you have that fuck up character, it turns me off automatically. That happened to the second to last episode, had a fuck up character in it. And it was like, don't do nothing stupid. First thing he did was something stupid. If he hadn't done that, he couldn't move the goddamn plot along. It's just, when they say, don't do nothing stupid, and that's the first thing you do. Like, literally, I'm just like, come on. The episode is an hour long. You had plenty of time to figure out a way to put some shit together. And then, think about this. You know, you watch the episodes, everybody around this woman either go to jail or doomed for some fucked up shit that happened to them, or they fucking die. Watch the fucking episodes. It's fucking weird. It is. It's weird like that. It's just like that chick. I mean, she got that gift to be able to tell folks, you know, telling folks lying and shit. But there's some kind of curse going on with her. I don't know, man. It's weird. I would bring up. Oh, the fucking shit with the old ladies in the old ladies' home. You had the old black lady, and then you had the old white woman in the wheelchair. And they was like some little domestic terrorists or whatever the fuck. And just so happened that she was working in the old folks' home at that point. What the fuck ever, whatever. But one of the old ladies, I guess they had some old somebody they used to work with way back in the day, some old motherfucking dude who just kind of got admitted to that home. He came up in that home and it was like, oh shit. They ended up talking to him about some shit and blah blah blah. But they figured out, okay, well we got to kill him. So they had to figure out a way to kill him. The two gangsta ass old women, which that part don't bother me. That shit was entertaining. The two gangsta ass old ass women, even though they was some evil bitches, that shit was funny. You got one in the wheelchair and the other one just put one in the wheelchair, push her around, and they can do with it, and they can pull off whatever the fuck they want to pull off. They was gangster. But they had the one in the wheelchair. They had to sneak up to that dude's room to try to inject him with some goddamn poison they had made. This old woman in the wheelchair, this 60-something, maybe 70-something-year-old woman, I don't know. In the wheelchair, she went to the bathroom like she had to go pooping, and the black woman was guarding the door. Somebody would come in there. Got up, just pull herself up the bathroom window so she could sneak out and scale the side of the fucking wall up 2 stories or whatever the fuck it was. Because, they had like a lattice on the side of the building where, the ivy and all that shit grow. She had on like some little, workout gloves or whatever the fuck. This woman, this paralyzed from the waist down ass woman, legs don't work at all, is, an elderly ass woman is climbing up, just nothing but arms, up the side of a fucking building on a lattice. No legs or nothing. She just, what? She climbed through the door, through the window and fall in and crawl over there. Man, come on, man. The episode was fine. Y'all could have found another way for them to sneak up to the room and do that to that dude. The episode was fine. Then y'all pull that shit out. Was that supposed to be some comedy shit? Was that supposed to be funny? That shit was ridiculous. I can believe this woman can tell if people is lying. You ain't finna tell me this 70-year-old woman can climb a fucking sheer wall with nothing but arms. And then they didn't, they showed her getting back into the bathroom. This is one of them things where when the people finally went into the bathroom, she was already sitting there in the fucking chair, fucking with some paper towels or some shit. Yeah, they ain't show her, they ain't go through all the bullshit try to show her come down at it. How fucking ridiculous that is. I was like, yeah, fuck out of here. The episode with the race car shit, that started off good and took a turn for the worse real bad. This shit done got louder, goddamn. Come on now. I can't find my volume thing. There we go. Guess they changed the song and then the shit was. Goddamn, that shit was like ding, 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 ding. It wasn't like that when I started. Goodness gracious. But yeah, that was started and it was like, okay, this sucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, at a certain point, why are you talking to her? You don't know her. This little redhead is in here asking you about shit that don't have shit to do with her, that you shouldn't be talking about in the first place. Why are you even talking to her? Make no sense. The story can't move forward because people in this show can't keep their mouth shut talking to people they don't know. Like, who are you? Why are you asking me shit? If I just got to doing some dirty, and I got somebody to ask me, fuck. Whatever you asking me, it's gonna be returned with a goddamn question like, what the fuck? I'm not telling you shit. Especially since I know now motherfuckers got this gift for being able to tell people it's lying. I lie all the goddamn time. Not about big shit, but it's one of them things where everything ain't everybody's business, so it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, so I watched the show and I didn't care for it. The longer I watched it, and I started getting tired towards the end, so that didn't help none because the last episode I got a little bit of a pickup and then it started to dip again. And then at the end of the episode, you know, it ended the way the first episode ended. So she right back at square one. You know, she right back at fucking square one. Like, what was the fucking point? She went on a run from somebody, you know, who apparently wanted to cause her harm. And then they finally catch up with her 8 episodes later, and they not finna do shit to her. You know what I'm saying? They want her to help broker some kind of deal and all kind of other shit and blah blah blah. That shit goes sideways, and then she end up with another big wig doing the same goddamn thing, trying to use her for a little lie detecting powers, or you know, same thing. The person said they're like, yeah, you know, it's just one of them things where. Well, motherfucker tell you, you know, when we get you, you know, we not gonna just kill you. We gonna pretty much fuck with you for a while first, and then we gonna kill you. By the time we kill you, you gonna be thankful that we do. And just to basically have who the next person in line to try to use her for her powers, you know, her abilities or whatever, to pretty much say the same goddamn thing, and her to have the same reply like, well, you know, we gonna see what happens, and she gonna get on the road and go on about her goddamn business. She just, why? You know, essentially, I just got through watching all this show for nothing. There's no conclusion to this shit. You know, nothing is solved. You know what I'm saying? Because the protagonist ends right back up in the same load of shit that she started in. God damn it, man. And if they come out with a season 2 of this shit, or if they do, if they be like, yeah, season 2 of Poker Face is streaming, blah, I'm not watching this shit. You know, it was a struggle to get through this. I enjoyed like the first 15 minutes or whatever of the episodes, and then the episodes took a big giant dump because it turned into Groundhog's Day after the first 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then it's the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. Me trying to do that raspy ass voice. It's fucking my neck up. There we go. All right. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that show. There's some people that would enjoy it. It's good for you. I personally found this shit frustrating to watch because I'm gonna try to make sense out of some shit. You know, you can't have a show that's based in so much reality, you know, other than a lie detector shit, and then have the shit happen. It just, you can't, all the plot convenience and shit that gotta happen for this shit to just line up the way it do, for her to be able to, no, man, it takes me out of it, you know. When people gotta do stupid shit for the plot to move forward, you know, you gotta find a way around that. Something gotta happen that makes some kind of real world sense to move the plot forward. It's just somebody being a fucking moron and doing some dumb shit that most people with common sense would not fucking do. You know, it's hard for me to look past that shit. It just is. So that's it for that. I gotta find something good to watch within the next week or so. Get this taste out of my mouth, because I'd have fucked my hours up fucking with this show. I was watching this shit the other day, and it's fucking sunrise. I'm like, oh, god damn it. And I was trying to get through it too, man. Episodes, I mean, it's all hour long episodes. I'm thinking I'm making progress, and I'm like, shit, I still got like 4 episodes, like 3 episodes. Oh, I ain't done shit. Like literally, I'm like sitting there like I ain't done shit. Fuck. So I gotta normalize my hours. If I watch anything, it's gonna be a movie. No more goddamn series for now, because that's what happened when I watch a series. When I start watching the series, I want to finish, and I end up staying up all goddamn night, and been to fuck my hours all the way up. So we not for the have that. That show, that show ain't worth it. So, if I usually do that, the show is worth. That show is not worth me fucking my hours up over. Now, Russian Doll, the first season, that might have been worth fucking your hours up over. You know what I'm saying? If you start watching this shit, like I gotta finish watching. Second season, probably not. But man, I'm finna get ready to go. Wait a minute, did I put clothes? Yeah, I put some clothes in the dryer. So I got another video I gotta shoot before I just pass the fuck out. So I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side.